Hello and welcome to another day of Dota 2. We have got ourselves the Corsair Gaming Summer Tournament, and it is the loser bracket that we'll see today. Group C, that's where we're at. Every group has got a mini double elimination bracket, and at the end of it, there's two teams that come out ahead, and those two teams will move on to the playoffs. Yesterday, we already saw Dignitas making their way through the group stages, through the winners bracket, winning the winners bracket finals. And today we'll see the two losers of yesterday, 4FC and the Nile, fighting it out. One will already drop after this best of 3, and then the winner of this best of 3 will face EG afterwards, and then the winner of that one will join Dignitas in the playoffs. And then tomorrow we have the fourth group starting, of course named Group D. But for now, it is Group C, Corsair Gaming Summer Tournament. I am by myself. Co-casters not here, and I think a lot of you people, or a lot of co-casters, well, might still be watching Navi LTD as it's still going on for the moment. Though, you know, even though I'm kind of sad that I can't see. Super happy that went to a fifth game regardless, though, because that's kind of cool. Anyways, let's jump ourselves into the draft. As you can see, we have got a shiny new overlay with the Kunkka. You know why it's a Kunkka? Because you might have noticed. Wait, I threw something on the floor. You might have noticed that the Corsair logo is like a ship, right? And Kunkka, he shoots boats. Awesome. I thought so too. So let's see what we can have here in the draft. We've got 4FC going to what they're used to. We've got a Wisp, Batrider, Alchemist, and a Gyrocopter getting banned out by 4FC. They select themselves a Lone Druid, which is very strong for Krilly, is his signature hero. Boomski's Shadow Demon is there, so we're gonna see Marano or Kunkka coming off from 4FC. In the next phase, if of course the Nile is gonna let them have it, and then maybe a Lina and a Spirit Breaker with it, or a Clockwork or something like that. And yes, I mean Spirit Breaker for real, because 4FC does actually play that. On the side of the Nile, we see themselves selecting a Darkseer and a Treant Protector, so they've got themselves every opportunity to do what they want to do, because I mean it's very versatile with these two heroes. Darkseer can go into the jungle, can go on the safe lane, can go on the suicide lane, and can go on the mid lane even if he wants to. And then you have got the Treant Protector, who of course is going to be a support, but allows you to select so many different kind of solo heroes, because he can just make it work for you, that you can't really know what the Nile is going to do. But you can of course ban out the combinations that are known to be annoying with the Treant Protector, like an OD, and of course the Weaver that 4FC just bans out. Got the Jakiro getting banned out by the Nile. They're thinking about their next ban. I mean, we know what 4FC likes to do here, so yeah, it's not the Chen. That's not the Chen. That's not. Well, actually, they do sometimes play it, but it's not often. Chen gets banned out by the Nile. Lifestealer, the last ban out for 4FC, and they'll select themselves the OD by picking it up. Of course, they're denying it to the Nile Esports. I have to say, I don't think I've seen Blomberg playing OD just yet. And now you've got like and a Disruption and an Astral Imprisonment. Can be very strong, but you do need something to follow it up with, like Disable, sort of Disable. The Nile goes for a Razor, a bit of a counter towards the Lone Druid. Lone Druid is of course with that bear. If you static link him, he's gonna have to force his bear back. And that just puts Lone Druid in a bit of a useless position, because you can't just let him, like, you can think like, you know, I don't care about his attack damage because, you know, I'm hitting him for entangles anyway. But you can't let Razor have that much attack damage, because that will just wipe out your entire team. So no, you have to move the bear away, and that means no entangles. That means the Nile's gonna have a happy time in a fight. And 4FC going into their bonus time for the first time. Thinking about what they want to be doing here. I mean, we know what they do normally, and maybe they want to change it around. Of course, I mean, they are in the loser bracket. Yesterday they played the things that they always play. They had a Kunkka in one game, a Rana in the other game, and they lost both games. And it was both their kind of comfortable lineup. And at that point, like, you probably should try to, you know, to change it up. Change it up a little bit, and they end up going for the Lina, so that's a bit of a follow-up to both the Astral Imprisonment and the Disruption, of course. The Nile, they still have got 31 seconds left in their bonus time. Can't really recall if they actually started with a little bit less, of course. This game kind of started half an hour past official starting time. Reason for that was that they now had some issues with one of their members not being able to log into Steam and then having a Steam update, and that didn't really go all too well. And in the end they ended up going up with a stand-in, so that's when the 5th player came in. But they selected Crystal Main without going into their bonus time. And the Crystal Main with the Train Protector. Crystal Main is one of those supports that can make a lot of things happen in the lane early on. Just by virtue of having that nuke and the disable. But you need to be able to do something in the lane, and I mean, this lineup doesn't really look like an aggressive trial lane. Maybe they're expecting an aggressive lineup from 4FC, an aggressive trial lane rather. And we know that they can definitely do that. We have seen them doing it before. With the combination of Miranas and Linas and Kunkas and Shadow Demons. But I wasn't really expecting it all too much. But let's see what 4FC is gonna ban. What are they expecting still to come out of the Nile? I mean, Razor is one of those heroes that can take on multiple roles. He can be on the safe lane, can be on the suicide lane, can even be a solo suicide lane. We have seen that before. Can even be mid. But it looks like 4FC has decided that Razor is gonna be the farming hero on the Nile, and they ban out the Queen of Pain. Puck is still in the pool, of course, if they want to go for one of those mid heroes, and that's actually quite a powerful hero. If you get the silence off on OD and Lina and Shadow Demon, I mean, 4FC is gonna be almost rendered completely useless. There goes the Kunkka. So Mirana's still in the pool if 4FC wants to go with that one, but the Kunkka gets thrown out there. Gonna get denied by denial. I'm sorry. I made the joke yesterday as well. Ends up being the Juggernaut. Still a very strong combination though. I mean, if you have a disruption, Juggernaut can walk towards the target. Of course, starting Blade Furying the moment he gets there. Making sure that the target can't get away. Blocking the target as he goes. Lina Light Striker ready to follow up. And that's gonna be a dead target. Could still be an aggressive trial lane. Crystal Maiden is gonna be supporting the Anti-Mage apparently. Anti-Mage, one of those supports that can be very safe. Though if you are thinking about the Shadow Demon Lina combination, if timed properly... Whoa. Whoa. Rotation. If done properly, Anti-Mage has a bit of a blinking animation before he actually blinks, so he should be able to get it out in time. The thing that I mean to say is that Strangby is actually playing the Lina this time. And now I know we know they have a stand-in, and you have to, like, if you have a stand-in... then you have to be, like, abiding by their rules. Sorry, slightly distracted for a second there, as I'm sure some other people might see why I'm distracted, but it's fine. It is fine. We have a pause! Well, that comes conveniently, doesn't it? But, I mean, if you have got a stand-in, you have to abide by his rules, so if Juggernaut is one of his signature heroes, then, you know, and he gets it, then you have to let him play that. You can't just put him who does okay. You have to actually let him do what he's most comfortable with. Because he's not going to have the advantage that 4FC already has. That they have got this synergy because they have been playing together for so long. So we're going to see Strangby, normally the carry player, playing the Lina for 4FC on the Dire side. Boomski will be playing his signature Shadow Demon. 6116 will be playing the Juggernaut. And everybody goes towards the bottom lane of those three. So aggressive trial lane indeed there to try and deny Anti-Mage some farm. Blumberg gonna be taking on his mid lane again, this time on the OD. And on the top safe lane it's gonna be Krilly playing the Lone Druid. And if anybody is playing the drinking game, I'm sorry, but you just had to drink 5 times. I'm trying to stop it, but you know, it doesn't really work. So on the side of the Nile, the Radiant side, Nova on the Anti-Mage will be taking on the carry role. It will be a stand-in playing the Razor. Kinda curious to see where he's gonna go. It looks like he might just be taken on the mid lane. As said, he can do various things, and he'll be played by Prodigious 13. Well, let's see. Nova goes down, slows everybody. Nice Light Striker Ray upon 3 though. Nova backs off afterwards again as well. Everybody runs. Nice light strike array coming off from Strangby. But yeah, that plasma field, pretty painful. You're trying to run. And it looks like I have to do this to make sure the stream is a little bit smoother for you, as the game just ended as well. Oi. Oi, oi, oi. I wish I could read Twitter right now. Hey, by the way, if there's people that aren't on Twitter watching my stream right now, I think you should probably follow some people that you want to follow during TI 3. Because I just realized today that a lot of hype for the games is being built on Twitter, and a lot is said about the games, and it's very nice. Let's see how this aggressive timing is working out. I know that I wasn't done in, like introducing everybody, but this looks like a place to be on with my camera. Light strike array hits up on 2, allowing maybe 6-1 to get himself out of this place. But in comes Nova, nice disruption, run for your life, Juggernaut. He pops himself, will run, light strike array up on Nova as well, nicely timed by Strangby. And Masoku is actually very low. Strangby will actually go down. That's gonna be the first blood for the anti-mage.
First blood.
And the rest of 4 of C running their way out of this place. No surprise there. And Living Armor wasn't even spammed out at the time. Masoku, he was very close to dying at some point, but he was just okay. One thing that I wanted to note about this mid matchup. If Static Link is on Blomberg and the Disruption is up on Razor, the Static Link will continue going, I believe. So that's going to be something very nice for the Razor to be dealing with. But then again, he has to have mana to actually cast that, and right now he doesn't look like he has any. In the meantime, on the top lane, we're gonna see Mihawk playing the Darkseer for the now on the Radiant side. And Mystico on the Crystal Maiden, Nova on the Anti-Mage as already said, and Masoku, as we just saw, playing the Treant Protector on the Radiant side. On the aggressive trial lane, where 4 of C already gave up first blood, Strangby the one to go down. Disruption, gonna follow up on a light strike array. Nova's gonna be the target. He's completely out of mana. Living Armor is gonna keep him up though. And one thing is, of course, that you're doing right now, if you are 4 of C, you're at least preventing Living Armor from going up on other lanes. And that might help Curly as well as Blomberg a little bit there in the lane. But so far they're not really getting any kills. If they are able to catch out a Crystal Maiden with that disruption, then that's a whole different ball game. Nova is a bit more tanky. He's got himself a poor man's shield. Living Armor is always going to be up on him. He's a high prio target. Crystal Maiden, you know, not that high prio. In the meantime, Blomberg taking a ton of harassment. He's popping himself here already. He's 11 for 8 on last hits. 7 for 6 on the Razor. Slightly behind there. But not that much. Not as much as you might think. We're still gonna spend most of our times here on the aggressive trail lane, because this is where 4 of C should try to make things happen. And even though it's not really needed, because, you know, if you're on an aggressive trail lane and you have got a bit of a carry / semi-carry on the safe lane still, if you know that your safe lane is getting free farm and is able to out-carry the anti-mage, which, by the way, he is not, but he is ready earlier. He should be ready earlier than Nova's anti-mage to be able to do things in the game. But then at least you can make it a wash here on in the bottom lane. At least you can try to delay the farming of the anti-mage. To just delay his farm. Delay his getting big.
Tis mine.
Mystico. Yeah, I mean, he is level 2, you know. He's got himself 2 branches. And he has actually got the Living Armor on them right now. I wouldn't be surprised if 4 of C at some point think, you know what? Oh, wait a second. What's this doing? Blomberg is going to be fine. Big dive here, though, from this Razor. It's allowing the tower to get a rest a little bit. Living Armor allows him to do that as well. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if 4 of C, like, if they know that the Living Armor is up on someone else, like someone else bar Nova or someone else bar Crystal Maiden, whoever they want to go on, they'll just go on the person. Knowing that the Living Armor is on cooldown, they might be able to make something happen. Mihawk got himself a soul ring, so more iron shells to come. It's gonna be annoying for Krilly, but he is level 6, so he will be okay. In the meantime, there goes the Crystal Maiden. Disruption was there, Light Strike Array was there, Dragon Slave as well, and they're trying to chase down the tree. Masoku has got no Living Armor for another 2 seconds. It's gonna be able to eat his way through the trees though, and the creep wave forces 4 of C back. Of course, the moment that I move my camera around, they try to change locations. This Blomberg is gonna get harassed here. No living armor this time for the Razor, and he can't dive. Bear in some trouble of dying here. There is a resummon. You probably want to resummon and not give away 300 gold in the meantime. Bottom lane again. And teammates goes down as well as Lina. 4FC trading a support for the carry of the Nile. Good job. And why is it constantly that I move my camera away and they get kills? It's awkward. Sorry, people. I shall try to do better next time. Crystal Main stuck by herself up against the Juggernaut. Juggernaut able to last hit a couple of things. I mean, he's not been able to do that well, but considering he's on an aggressive trial lane, 21-4 without getting or without dying is actually really good for him.
Tonight.
Nova, for comparison, 13-2, and of course he died, so they are doing a good thing shutting that anti-mage down. In the meantime, another dive comes off from this Razor, but again, not a fatal one, or at least not for Blomberg. Well, I guess not for the Razor either. Mystical waiting for maybe to go in. He's got his full mana bar almost up. Goes for a Frostbite. That will be a Blade Fury if needed though. Masoku comes in too late. And of course, this Juggernaut actually went for stats rather than going for example, a Healing Ward. Just to be a bit more survivable. So should 4FC think, you know what? Oh, Strangby. So much trouble. Nice Light Strike Array, but Leech Seed is already there and he's not gonna escape this one. Goes down for the third time this game. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see some rotations coming out from the two supports. Of course, a Shadow Demon Lina combination is very strong to try and rotate and roam and get kills. And because of that, Juggernaut going for stats, he can stay alive on the lane by himself, I think. Has got that escape, the Blade Fury. Maybe Healing Ward would be nice if he gets harassed, but as long as he doesn't get harassed and gets away, it's all good. Razor 29-15. 29-15, yeah, I saw it properly. It's actually been able to catch up on the OD because of those dives and the aggression. Able to get more last hits. 26-16 on the OD. The knives are kind of even. In terms of experience, OD is sitting at level 7. Razor, almost level 8.
Regeneration.
So it is Denial that's getting ahead there in the middle lane. On the top lane, I can't really say that they're getting ahead because the last hit wise, it's actually the Lone Druid that's getting ahead compared to the Darkseer. Which is quite surprising. It's very good last hitting of Curly, but hey, it's a signature hero for a reason. On top of that, Lone Druid has got himself a Hand of Midas, so we'll be getting extra gold that way. 4FC playing it a little bit safe here. Looks like we might see the now going on them though. Here comes the Leech Seed. The Frostbite's already there, and they go for Strangby. Nice Light Strike Array up on 2 though. Strangby will still end up going down, but as does the Tree and Protector. One more hit. There he goes. Juggernaut with the kill. They trade supports, one kill for the other. One carry getting a kill, other carry getting a kill. And it's the Juggernaut that has to back off earlier, because look at those HP points. Disruption is gonna burn away some more mana of Nova.
I will not forget this.
And in comes Strangby again, TPing back. They might be able to go on something. They have the mana of the Lina. They won't have anything coming off of the Juggernaut though. I mean, yes, he has got that Blade Fury. But does he really want to use it? Instead of saving it in case he has to get off, get away, run, hide, flee, Mihawk, not gonna get entangled, meaning Krilly does not get a kill. I mean, that's basically what that lane comes down to. How are Krilly's entangles? And by the way, it's not all based on luck. Like, he just entangled the creep. It's all trying to count out when your cooldowns are there and when you should stop hitting creeps if you want to try and go for something. I mean, you shouldn't... yeah, you know what I mean. Of course, their luck is a big factor as well, though. Don't get me wrong. It's just not all luck. Of course, for people just joining, you are watching the Corsair Gaming Summer Tournament. We are in Group C. The winner of this best of 3 will move on to face EG. We are in the loser bracket. This is round number 1, so the loser of this best of 3 will indeed go home. As we have got Juggernaut being left alone. He does have an Omni Slash, by the way. Here comes the Esper Imprisonment. In comes Boomski. In comes Strangby. Disruption will be there. And that should be a kill. 4FC gets the Light Strike Array, and that is Razor on the ground. Nicely done. Boomski with the last hit, and Blomberg, even though he wasn't really getting ahead that much, he is now definitely on the winning end of the lane for now. 4-4 is the kill score. With, in terms of net worth, Lone Druid getting ahead of everybody. Antimates, though, still doing very nice. He's got 2 kills. His last hits are quite nice, 41-6 at 11 minutes in. And he is highest for his team. He's not able to catch up yet with the Lone Druid. But when he gets his Battle Fury, he'll definitely be spiking ahead. Rotation of the support continues, though. 4FC got Strangby, as well as Boomski, hanging around, looking for Mihawk. Mihawk gets disrupted. Here comes a Light Strike Array as well. There is a Dragon Slave as well, and that should be a Surge. Vacuum first, though. Surge is away, but this is gonna be 4FC on the run. The TP comes in. It's just a bear that went. Oh! No, it's not just the bear that goes down. It is also the Lone Druid himself, because he was low enough that the HP of the bear loss was enough to tick him over. In the meantime, at least Juggernaut was able to deny the bottom tier 1 tower. Mechanism almost up on Blomberg. It's an item that you often see on the OD, especially at start. I mean, you've got Tranquils and a Buckler, and those are use abilities, obviously, and you can just try to use them as often as you can to just get mana back. Of course, Buckler, you use 10 mana, and you can get like a 25% of your mana pool back, which is pretty intense.
Invisibility.
And Timage taking some refuge in the jungle. The lane is completely pushed out. And this is the moment where 4FC needs to be starting to do something, because you need to delay that farm of the Entomage. You need to buy more time for Krilly. Krilly, who is looking to go for a Radiance by the looks of it. Often he also goes still for the... Oh, run, Blomberg. As said, that static link continues. He is now giving life when he hits. Of course you can't do that, but you know what I mean. Minus damage is really not too good for you. It's not something that you should be happy about. Not the rest for Imprisonment. In comes the rest. Smoke is up. Looking for that disruption. Light Strike Array to follow. We still have Lina at level 4. Oh, sorry, 5, as well as Boomski. So no level 6s yet. While the other supports on the Denial team both have their support sitting at level 6. Here comes a Nova. The static link is there. Frostbite as well. That's a disruption. Light Strike Array will follow. But who to focus on right now? No more damage up on Blomberg, but the Eclipse will still clean him out. And there comes the Crystal Maiden ulti doing tons of damage. Strangby will end up going down. Mihawk surges himself forward, looking for Blomberg. Will be able to pick him up unless Blomberg can TP out. No, he cannot. In comes the Crystal Maiden. Mystico getting a double kill. Juggernaut comes in for an Omni Slash. Takes down the tree. Tries to go up on Mystico, but those Iron Shells. Frostbite gonna be there as well. He Blade Fury's out of it. Still wants to go for that Crystal Maiden, but Crystal Maiden is gonna deny himself to Roshan unless it is not possible. Roshan actually bashes Juggernaut, but that's not gonna be something that Mihawk wants to go in and without mana. Even though I think he could have. Maybe not, because Strangby came in though. And in the end, it's 7-7, a fairly even trade. Of course, one thing that's important to note is that Razor didn't end up getting any experience there, because he was the first to die. Blomberg ended up dying, of course, as well, but, you know, he did get that experience of the kill he got, so good on him. Rotation of the Juggernaut was in the end successful. He still hasn't died yet. I think overall, we can put it slightly in favor of Denial, but on the other end of the stick we've got Nova just farming freely on that bottom lane. And by the way, sorry, I noticed that my voice is starting to be different than what it used to be. Too much casting, perhaps. Really? In some trouble. Look at that static link. That's so deadly. And that's why you can't let that bear hang around, so you can't even hope to have entangles. Like, one thing that a lone druid is counting on when he's running is entangles, just to make sure that he gets away safely, but He can't even count on that right now. Nova's so close to Battle Fury. He rotates actually away from bottom to try and make something happen. Maybe on the top lane, maybe on the mid lane. Blumberg is going to get some help as well though. Strangby now level 6 hanging around as well. Boomski rotating top. He's got himself a level 6 as well after last fight. And 3 heroes now show up in the mid lane. And either 4FC recognizes that and goes there, or they just try to take their advantages elsewhere. Boomski looking for a disruption. Finds it as well. Here comes a Light Strike Array. There will be a Laguna Blade as well. And it is gonna be enough to take down Mihawk, but the vacuum is still there, and the mechanism actually keeps Mihawk up for a little while. Strangby will end up going down. Down goes Mihawk as well, but Boomski will give a double kill to Prodigious, and that is Razor. Just taking, like, he was 0-0 beforehand. Now he is 2-0. Double kill for him. Extra gold. Solo experience as Mihawk already died. Very nicely done. And in the meantime, 4FC, oh, sorry, there, loses themselves the tier 1 tower mid. And that means that that's the second tower that goes down. It was not denied this time. And denial. They are 2 towers ahead. 4FC not taking down a single tower just yet. Nova gets forced away. And 6-1 just trying to do what he can. He has drums and phases. Looks to be going for Yasha next. And that would make him more ready to fight than he already is. Because with drums and phases you already show that you just want to try and fight right now. And that's of course what you should do, because you don't want it to last longer. Here comes a disruption, goes up on the end space, Light Strike Ray, brilliantly executed. Slightly overkill with the Laguna Blade, but you don't want him to jump away, so that's that Demonic Purge up on the Crystal Maiden. Light Strike Array again, another pickup goes to 4FC. 2 down, double kill for the Shadow Demon. 4FC, they make it work for them. In the meantime though, they do lose a tier 1 tower for it on the top lane. That's a big difference actually. I mean, when the Now gets kills, they actually get something in return for it. When 4FC gets kills, they can't really take down towers. We see them trying it on the bottom lane, but they don't have enough pushing to power. In the meantime, Pincer on Blumberg. Static Link's already there. He tries to run Leech Seed. No mana for it actually, but Masoku, he just wants to hit. Is it gonna be enough? He runs faster. Can he run faster? Yes, he can. Looks like he'll live. Barely, but he lives nonetheless. And look at this. Can he actually do this by himself? Now in comes Darkseer. Mihawk want to stop the push from happening. Still no towers down on the side of Denial. Even though both the tier 1 bottom and middle are fairly low. Next push. Next push. Maybe they'll go down. 069 up on Strangby. I mean, he's been in 9 out of the 10 kills, which is pretty good. But, you know, he still died 6 times. Though, to be fair, I mean, if he died 6 times, then it's 9-10. Oh, wait a second, mana already burned. Juggernaut can't find himself a way out of this place. Doesn't have enough stick charges to make sure that he can have his Blade Fury, and will end up going down to the Mana Void. Dominating streak ended. Extra gold for Nova. We have got the Radiance ready. 18-minute Radiance, 18.5, 1840. Very respectable timing for free farming Lone Druid. Might not be the fastest of the bunch, but still definitely doable. But with that Radiance, they'll come on and start pushing. Where is the bear anyways? Oh, there it is. Sorry. Just got resummoned. Disruption there. Razor. Light Strike Array. He's dead. It can be fast or not. You're stunned. Can't do anything against it. He actually buys back. Tier 2 tower ends up going down. Fortification not going to be there, but the living armor is there. And the bear getting a frostbite there, getting a static link, giving extra damage to Razor, and they want to fight from the side. Here comes Masoku, here comes Nova. I don't think they can catch up anymore though, unless 4FC tries to go for a turnaround. Just need one Leech Seed. He gets it on Boomski. Vacuum back in as well. That's Boomski disrupting himself, keeping himself safe for a little while. Walks through the Darkseer wall though, and Mechanism will be there to help keep him up on these slashes. And a Laguna Blade, because he can. That's going to be the Razor down. Mihawk goes down next. That's 2 kills for 4FC. And they were not the one to initiate, but they'll take kills that come their way, and they're on the hunt. They finally want to take down a tower. And they go for the Crystal Main first. Treant Protector says, see you guys, TPing out. And Mystico, one more hit away from dying. There we go, Lone Druid killing spree. Gets a tower gold and needs a second. But yeah, I mean, one thing that I actually didn't mention yet, of course, I just mentioned earlier that the two towers of bottom and middle were half HP, but then you have a tree on the same team and you can just, you know, heal them back up. Even though it didn't happen. I think they're pausing to make sure that everybody can watch specific person rap. I hope it's going to be on YouTube so I can listen to it later on. Do we have a 4 staff being built up by the OD? Well, actually, yeah. I was gonna say 4 staff is the logical item. So this looks pretty scary for a Dagon, but it's not really an item that ODs normally go for. It would be a bit of a trollis item. Scary though. I mean, you still have an anti-mage on the board. Like 4FC is doing really nicely, right? But in terms of gold, they're not that far ahead, purely because being behind on towers and of course anti-mage farming like a beast. Experience graph they are ahead in because of those skills, but how long does 4FC need to make sure that this game is gonna go their way? How long is anti-mage gonna give them? How fast is Nova gonna farm up? That's basically the question right here. And of course we've seen them kill off Nova, and they can definitely repeat that if they go for some smoke ganks and get lucky. But they now know that, and they'll try to prevent that, of course. But this is a fight, of course. They went to 4FC. We see still 20 seconds without the Razor. Darkseer, 25 seconds out of the pool. 26, I know. I can read, but they might be able to get a tier 2 off this. The creep wave for 4FC is pretty far away though, still sitting on the other side of the river. But maybe they can do some damage to the tier 2. And then comes into play like, maybe you can do some damage to the tier 2, but if you don't take it down, it will get healed up. I wouldn't be surprised to see them rotating top or bottom. Top to either kill off the anti-mage, and if he flees, at least you wasted a little bit of his time at a TP scroll and you take down a tier 1. Or bottom and just create some extra space for yourself to farm. Get that Radiant jungle under your control. I mean, talking about control, we do have 4 or 3 wards up for 4FC. Got a ward on the mid lane as well as a sentry actually. Sentries all around. Ward on the rune spot on the top lane as well as on the lane. But that Radiant jungle is completely still ownage of, or property of Denial rather. And Denial only has 1 ward up, but nice coverage that gives. Would allow any kind of rotation to Roshan from the place they are at now. And is a ward that's not easily countered because normally you place wards around this location, so you're kinda, you know, placing your sentry wards around there as well, and normally they don't reach that observer ward. Let's take a look at some more items here. Crystal Maiden. Picked up phase boots. Kind of surprising. It doesn't really offer any kind of extra security. And I mean, you're not doing it for the right click damage. You're a Crystal Maiden, obviously, but the extra speed might be enough. Maybe to just pop the phase boots to try and run away from the disruption to make sure that Light Strike Array misses or something. Or just make sure you have phase boots to try and run away from the Juggernaut, but he'll still run faster than you because he has got that Yasha and drums as well. So an interesting item choice here, I have to say. We already knew that the Battle Fury was up for the anti-mage. It's of course building towards that Manta style, or at least the Yasha. Mihawk gets the mechanism. Building towards the pipe. No surprises there. Mana boots up on Treant. But other than that, not really anything new for him. No surprise there either. And Razor. You know, I kind of hope that he's gonna go for an Aghanims because it got buffed on him. And it's pretty strong actually. I'm not sure if I would agree with that choice. I normally think an Aghanims on Razor, you pick that up when you are kind of ahead. But when you are the hero that's supposed to buy time for the anti-mage, isn't Aghanims going to be doing enough for you, right?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And they end up going for Roshan instead of going for any kind of map control. And maybe with that Aegis actually, they can try to go high ground sooner, and well, within 6 minutes. It's a little faster than I was expecting them to, but hey, if it works, right?
Roshan has fallen to the Dire.
Did I go over everybody's items? I think so, right? Yeah. Well, went over everybody's items on the Nile. Let's go over them on 4FC for a second. We have a 4-staff being built up by the Lina. Got himself the Staff of Wizardry already. Going into the Radiant Jungle right now. Wait a second, Masoku, some trouble. But he overgrowths and he runs. Leaving Blumberg alone. Blumberg who's got himself the mechanism for his team. We already saw that early on already, of course. 4-staff also complete now. We already saw the Radiance up on Krilly. The question is what he's gonna do next. Is he just gonna go straight Assault Cuirass, or is he gonna go for something like a Basher? In the meantime, the Juggernaut, we already saw him as well. He's got 2k gold. Manta Cell, probably his item of choice. And the last support, the reason why they were able to do Roshan, part of the reason rather. Medallion of Courage is going to be his, and he just picks up a gem for his team. And that just goes to show how important they find map dominance, map coverage, map control at the moment. Tier 2 tower under some pressure here. Frostbite on the bear to stop them from chasing it down. Trying to find any kills here. Denial. I'm actually thinking like they're here with 4, not 5 rather. They're not going to try and turn and burn. They're backing out. They don't want to deal with it. 4FC won't find anybody in their jungle anymore. But on top of that, they also won't find any extra farm, right? Been taken out. Taken down. And Anti-Mage continues farming on the bottom lane. No surprise there. Does the courier have something from him already? Nope. It's just that. But yeah, the last tier 1 tower, that's where 4FC is heading to right now. Let's see what they can do, right? But, you know, it would be more interesting if they now actually decide to defend it, but they're not. They're just letting it die. Trying to split push instead.
Illusion.
Going for the middle tower. They might lose their tier 2 for it though. I mean, you can't really hope to try and base race, for example, with the Lone Druid on the other team. And Juggernaut even at that with the healing ward. But they're trying it. Their pushing power is definitely not bad either. Especially not with an Anti-Mage that had an illusion rune. Nice Eclipse. That's a tree going down. And Tangle up on Mihawk. Already surged himself up, but will go down before he can actually start running. 2 pickups for 4FC. Just nicely done for them. They defend their tier 2, take down the tier 2 on the side of the Nile, and they get 2 kills on top of that. And maybe with that, another tower. Because no Darkseer and no tree basically means no team fight for the Nile. And for people that wonder, for a very short moment, I'll show the pings. We see around 230, 240 for the Nile, 190 for one even, but 100 or 200 for 4FC. So it's very even. This 4FC will take down the tier 2. The Nile not fighting. I say it's very even, but you know both teams do fight with quite a bit of playing with quite a bit of delay, quite a bit of ping, and you have to know like that's probably a bit more difficult for 4FC to deal with than for anybody else, especially for Strangby, because he is the one that's supposed to be light strike raying on the right time, right before Anti-Mage gets his blink off, for example. And Bear gets a Hyperstone, looking for Crystal Maiden. Gets blinked back before he can do something. Static Link is gonna be there. Run, Krilly, run. No disable on the Razor though. And there goes the Bear, trying to get an entangle. He might not do any damage, and he takes a ton of damage. Gets vacuumed. Krilly does not want to lose his Bear. He can maybe get it away from there, and it looks like he can be safe. Lets the Bear run free. Lets the Bear run ahead of him. In the meantime, it is Strangby that finds himself a tree. One more light low Dragon Slave is already used. Never mind that. Can't get him down. Tree lives. And of course, Laguna Blade is one of those abilities that you can actually spam out because cooldown is very low. And the gold grab going the way of 4FC ever since they had that Radiance ready on the Bear. They started to pressure more with 5 people, and with that, I mean, they might not have gotten all that gold themselves, but at least they delay the farm of the Nile and therefore getting more ahead than they otherwise would. Of course they got all the gold themselves, but you know what I mean. Experience, same thing there. Go in the way of 4FC. It already started to go in the way of 4FC, but yeah, it continues to be doing that. So we've got a tier 2. Last one standing on the map, on the side of the Nile. Getting pressured. Tier 2 top lane as well, though. There, looking for anti-mage. That's just a solo kill. Krilli's bear just nuked that anti-mage to death. Prodigious looking for a way out, finds himself the Juggernaut, looks for an Omni Slash, finds it, gets a kill, double kill for Krilli as he takes the last hit. Frostbite, I don't think it matters. Is it gonna be a triple kill? Yes it is! This bear is insane! And a triple kill for the lone druid. I just checked if there was actually, yeah, there's actually items for both multi-kills. So there's an item for double kill and for triple kill if you're watching. It's kind of nice. Kind of nice. Anyways, this is gonna be 4FC starting to pressure down on the high ground. The Aegis is, well, actually about to be reclaimed. Who took it again? Is it already dead? It's already gone. Am I forgetting that someone actually died with it? Maybe. Maybe I just can't watch the clock properly. But yeah, 4FC, they'll probably want to wait until they are actually having another Roshan, having an Aegis, and then go walk high ground. And better yet, it would probably be best for them if they are able to snap someone out of the Nile before they go high ground. Like, just pick someone off if they can. Of course, it's gonna be tricky because the Nile will be playing it safe. But while playing it safe, Nova still has to find some farm, and that might be the key for 4FC to get him. And we've seen them doing it before. I'm still surprised by the lone druid kill. How did he get that? How did he get that? Like, that was quite insane. Lone druid's bear will get some solo farm here. And I mean, it's nice if you get solo farm. One thing that you have to understand is that lone druid doesn't actually get experience for these creeps. But he's still farming for himself as well, so he is okay. He is just peachy. He got himself the Vanguard. Vanguard, what am I saying? Vladimir's. Also starts with a V. And look at these supports. Even though the levels were coming so easily for the Nile early on because... Oh well, or slow for 4FC because of that aggressive trial lane. Two of the Train Protectors sitting at level 9. Crystal Maiden level 10. And then you look over, a level 11 on both of the supports of 4FC. And even though the difference in terms of levels isn't that big, Strangby tries to run from Nova here. I don't think he can. Nova jumps himself up. Nice light strike array, but the illusions will do the job. Anti-mage solo kill. Strangby drawing a smiley face on the map. But I mean, like... I totally lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, the level 2 ultis are gonna be important, right? Of both the supports. You've got your Demonic Purge sitting at level 2 soon. Actually, you didn't pick it up straight away. The level 1 only, but Laguna Blade level 2 will definitely be something that you'll be looking forward to if you're Alina. He actually went for a level in stats rather than going for the Fury Soul. Kind of surprising, because Fury Soul is something that you might want to have when you go high ground. Just get yourself some extra attack speed. But no, not going for it. Desolator up on the Juggernaut. I don't think he can solo kill Nova though. And he's not even gonna try. Just gonna continue farming. He's only died once this game. Doing really well for Juggernaut. His lone druid doing a little bit better there in that regards. He is sitting on the highest net worth, and Anti-Mage is actually sitting below both of those. Anti-Mage is gonna, or sorry, yeah, gonna be naming or putting some pressure up on 61. Blinks away because he doesn't want to truly fight. Not when he knows that there could be support around the corner. They don't see anybody on the map on the side of 4FC, so you can't really be too risky here. Can't really be too far out by yourself. In the meantime, Razor, he could pick up his Aghanims if he wants to, but right now, maybe he wants to go for BKB. Just to be able to deal with that OD, deal with the Disruptor and the Lina. Of course, he's still going to get entangled. But you want to be able to stay alive, right? Unless there's going to be entangles. First hit, doesn't get one. Second hit, doesn't get one. Here comes the third hit. Let's see if he gets an entangle. There we go. That's a third hit. No entangle. Static store. Oh, nice dodge by the Static Link there. DP out from the Razor. No entangle in the end, and that is going to be a Razor safe out. Nice anticipation. The moment that Razor turned around for the Static Link, clearly microed the bear back and wanted to go in afterwards, but of course he microed it back into the hands of a Crystal Maiden, so the Frostbite was there. But yeah, BKB seems probably the thing that Razor wants to have right now. Bit of a nicer item for the state of the game. Roshan is indeed going to be the target of 4FC, no surprise there. I mean, they need to have that Aegis. Try and go high ground. I say need, of course it's not really needed, but it's still really nice to have. And just have a bit of a fail-safe, if you will. Sorry for the sounds. Oh well. Sacrifice up on Blumberg. Let's see. Hate train coming bottom. Denial, you might want to prepare on the bottom lane if you want to have a chance to fight back. The Mantis Towel's ready on the Antimage. He's got 1600 gold. And the buyback is going to be important if he's going to go down fast. But look at this pushing power coming off from 4FC. Fortification and Living Armor are going to be there. Static Link already gets broken. 28 stacks, not too bad. That's the tower down. And look at this Rex just falling. Nice Darkseer wall though. Vacuum in there as well. Doesn't seem to be stopping 4FC ult too much. The mechanism gets popped and they just continue going. Frostbite on the bear again. Hurting a lot there. Laguna Blade up on Nova there. He gets Hex as well. He just gets burned down. He can buy back though and will do so as Darkseer goes down on the other side to get it with a tree. Masoko on his tree buying back as well, but they will lose the racks. TP gets cancelled. Kind of an awkward TP that was. Looked like Crystal Maiden tried to do something there. And the next lane of racks is going to be 4FC's target. Look at their HP bars. Look at their health and mana bars. They are just fine. They don't need to back off. And they've already had the Nile on their knees. They bought back. And that's going to be the second lane of racks down. The third one about to fall. The pushing power is enormous. Basher and Assault Crest up on the bear. Whoa, one hit takes down half of the HP of the Crystal Maiden. And that's going to be an Eclipse. A kill off the Razor, kill off the Treant, kill off the Crystal Maiden. Boomski with a double kill. And it should be GG. Dominance coming off from 4FC, holding the control all the while. Making some trades, but the right ones. And once that Radiance start coming online for that Lone Druid, it all went downhill for the Nile from there. Not able to fight yet, not having enough farm on the Anti-Mage, and the Anti-Mage,
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
of course, getting shut down enough on that aggressive trial lane. As Razor tries to do something to Lina, is actually not able to kill her off. The mechanism keeps trying to be alive. The GG, of course, has already been called. We will see a game number 2 though, and hello Rapier up on Lone Druid. We see that. Thank you. But yeah, there will be a game number 2. We'll see Denial trying to force out a game 3. Of course, you're watching the Corsair Gaming Summer Tournament. This is Group C, loser bracket round number 1. And after this best of 3, we'll see the winner of this one facing EG for the last place in the playoffs. That will start next week, the 18th, around the 18th. Anyways, let's jump ourselves over to game number 2. Of course, I am Sheever. You can follow me on twitter.com/SheeverGaming and all other forums and mediums, etc. Or Facebook, YouTube, that is SheeverGaming. Even SheeverGaming.com if you want to. And yeah, no co-caster at the moment. I'm hoping that maybe there's going to be one for game number 2. But we'll find out. Stick with us, and we'll be, or with me rather, because I'm not us. And I'll be right back.